Hey, how's it going guys? Nate here, and today the trailer for one of Bethesda's and definitely Fallout 4's biggest DLCs, Far Harbor, just came out, and the DLC is set to release May 19th, 2016, giving us only 15 more short days to prepare. Furthermore, the DLC is set to set you back about $24.99 if you have not already purchased the Season Pass, in which case if you already have purchased the Season Pass, you don't have to pay any more additional fees or any of that nonsense. But boring numbers set aside, this trailer was actually quite surprising. It showcased a lot about the DLC, and it was a lot more than I initially expected. I'm quite pleasantly surprised, and in this video, we're just gonna dissect as much as we can of this trailer and see what elements we may have missed or things that are probably gonna be of significance and whatnot. So, without further ado, let's do further.
Bring my daughter home.
We've paid our dues in blood and bullets.
Alright, so right off the bat, we get this image right here of what appears to be a whale. And while a lot of people were doubting this at first, I personally did some research, which means Googled a couple images, and I can confirm this is the skeleton of a blue whale. Now, while we can't exactly carbon date this, it does seem as though that this whale skeleton arrived after the bombs fell. Seen as if it were here pre-war, you know, people would want to clean it up. Now, this is going to set a trend for the rest of the trailers. You're going to see a lot of new aquatic elements. Another thing to note about this, if there was in fact a blue whale swimming alive after the bombs fell, it's very likely that this could be the skeleton of one of the ghoul whales that's mentioned earlier throughout the game's lore in Fallout 4.
This is our fight.
Right here we get to take a look at a settlement that appears to be on the coast, in which hopefully the player can build. While this isn't confirmed, it seems like this is definitely going to be one of the locations that's going to serve as a bit of a hub for the player, if not an entire settlement for them to build out of.
Our island. Not yours.
Here we get a look at what appears to be a radiation storm, as well as a nice little overview of the entire island. Far Harbor is an island in real life, and it appears it's going to be quite a big place in the DLC as well. Now, the radiation storms are a little bit surprising to me, because I wasn't entirely sure if this area actually got hit by a bomb. The game doesn't exactly tell you, but it appears that there's at least enough radiation in the area to allow for an atomic storm, as well as the children of Adam, as we'll see in just a second here. Right here, continuing that trend of ocean stuff I mentioned in the beginning, we can actually see what it appears to be a scuba suit, which is pretty big news. You can see the bull tank helmet on their head, as well as an oxygen tank on their back, which is definitely big information, because we know the base game Fallout 4 didn't really offer a lot of stuff in terms of underwater exploration, and it seems as though that this version of the game, the DLC, is definitely going to encourage that. Now, I'm not exactly sure how a scuba tank suit's gonna work, seeing as the Aqua Boy perk, or maybe it's the Aquaman perk, allows you to actually breathe underwater as soon as you unlock it. So I'm not sure if they're gonna have to tinker with that perk at all, but this is definitely cool. Hopefully, it also allows us to see a bit more clearly throughout the water as well. Really don't know what this is, but I'm pretty scared of it.
The fog can do a number on you.
Right now, we get a look at what appears to be the leader of the settler faction in the game. We know there's going to be three factions in Far Harbor: the Children of Adam, the Synth Colony, and the Settlers, and this appears to be that faction's leader. Now, we're not exactly sure everything about this guy, but he's definitely going to be a key figure throughout the storyline, as we see him featured a lot throughout the rest of this trailer. He's also wearing a new uniform, as well as wielding what appears to be a new gun. Same thing applies to the guy in the background, wearing a new set of clothing, as well as using that same new weapon.
Get you all turned around.
Going right back to the aquatic theme of this trailer, we can actually take a look at two mutated anglerfish, which is pretty unique. Generally, these things float very, very, very low below the surface. Generally, they're quite deep sea level creatures, so it's interesting to see them all the way up here. They definitely have some mutations going around them, and I can't imagine they're going to be very nice things to deal with.
Far Harbor has a right to the truth.
The people of Far Harbor need only peer out their windows to look upon the face of Adam himself.
So this is definitely one of the big climaxes of this trailer. We can actually see the reveal for the Children of Adam as a primary faction in the game for the first time, and oh my god, does this not look cool. Now, something to note about this though, if you look at towards the top middle section of the screen, you can actually see a bit of a doorway, suggesting they're actually underground and possibly in a nuclear missile silo or just a gigantic underground bunker. We can't exactly tell which, but their headquarters appears to be very deep underground. Also, some of the buildings they're using suggest that we're gonna get to mess around with settlement mode down here if you choose to join or conquer this faction. But all in all, this was definitely one of the highest points in this trailer, and I loved it the most. Now it seems as though we're looking at a completely new set of armor. It seems like the character's wearing a bit of a gas mask of sorts combined with the helmet, so hopefully this will also protect against radiation as well. This looks really, really cool to me. It looks very NCR New Vegas type, and I really like how this one looks. Now it appears the player's actually holding a bit of a fishing hook harpoon-esque weapon, continuing that oceanic aquatic sort of element this trailer bodes, and I'm really excited to see Bethesda doing this, because one of the biggest criticisms had for Fallout 4 was that a very large portion of the map, at very least 1/3 of it, was completely covered in water, yet all that ocean stuff, we really didn't get to do much in it. All it was just barren water with not much to explore, not much to interact with. It was completely isolated. I'm glad to see Bethesda take a different turn from that, and it appears as though if this trailer serves as accurate reference, that all that's going to change with Far Harbor.
In holy fog.
I know peace can still be achieved.
Peace? You call murdering one of ours peace?
And here we see it's going to likely explain why I'm afraid of the ocean.
Careful. This could get out of hand real fast.
Similar to the Children of Adam, this is another big reveal for the trailer. Now, what you're looking at right now is definitely a synth that seems to possibly be at least the similar model to that of Nick Valentine. While we're not exactly sure whether or not they're the same synth, they have the same scar marks scattered across their face, and it seems very likely that this synth could in fact be just a taken apart Nick Valentine. Now, why they're covered in tubes stuck inside of them is up to anybody's guess. However, this definitely seems to be at least the same model of Nick Valentine, and hopefully we're going to get some answers for this in the actual game itself. But it's definitely certain now that Nick Valentine is going to play a pretty key role in this DLC as well. And this concludes the trailer. I really hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown as well as the trailer itself. It definitely did what a teaser trailer is supposed to do. It created a whole lot of questions, showed us a lot of new content, but didn't give us a whole lot of answers. So I'm quite excited for Far Harbor, which comes out in less than 15 days at the time that I'm making this video. Probably a lot sooner by the time you're watching it. If you want to see the full-length, unedited version of the trailer, I will include a link down in the description below so you can check that out for yourself. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like if you liked, dislike if you disliked, and I hope to see you in my next video. Peace out, everybody.